I was first told that this was a jet boat, which in my past experience, I've never had a good experience on a jet boat. I've never been on a jet boat and been behind one and been like, wow, this was fun. So I maybe had a little bit of reservations, but I always keep an open mind because I do like to ride every single boat I can get my hands on just because it's fun. And needless to say, I was definitely impressed. What was really cool is as I was edging around and cutting into the wake, it looks like a much bigger version of your standard jet boat wave. But further back, as it cleans up towards where you're going to hit, it looks like a standard wakeboard wave. Now, this is not what I would consider like the flag, like a competition for a flagship boat, but it was something that is super fun to get behind. I had a blast on it. You can get most of what you need to get done on this thing, and it is probably one of the best progressive waves. Instead of like a wall, it's a little more rampy. The transition on the backside's really, really excellent. It's got a softer landing than I was expecting. Those things were all, amazing to me. I was really not expecting that. As for the other side of it, the surf wave, I was, again, impressed. I really didn't know a jet boat could make a surf wave that was worth anything. But here I am, sitting here, watching somebody ride, 20 plus feet back, and actually being able to ride the full wave. So overall, it was a blast. I was definitely impressed with this boat. Interesting, driving this boat feels like any standard wakeboard boat that you're going to drive. Any modern standard wakeboard boat. The ergonomics are all the same. All the controls are going to be super familiar, except for one, which is the Seakeeper ride, which I have no clue, or had no clue what it was. And after riding down the lake at about 30 miles an hour, he hits this button, and all of a sudden the ride just smoothed out. And I was like, what is that? He told me it's a Seakeeper ride thing. So essentially this boat will automatically give you the smoothest ride possible. Now, on flat water, it's not gonna matter that much. But when you get in some chop, like when we were coming back, we had some really, really, really bad wind chop, similar to what you'd see, out in the coastal areas. And dude, you press that button, cruising at 30, and all of a sudden, the thing was smooth as butter. I was super surprised by that. I really didn't know something like that could make a big difference like that. The ergonomics of the boat were very nice. It's like your standard wake boat interior. Was more comfortable than most, actually. The biggest thing was one thing that I was surprised I didn't know I needed was the co-captain seat being an actual chair and not just like a wraparound bench. That was really nice. That thing was super comfy and it reclines, which is awesome. As far as your storage goes, there's a ton on this boat. We were able to put 3 boards, a wake skate, and a surfboard hidden away underneath the seats. And that's something I would not be able to do on my boat at all. And that was without even using, racks or anything like that. Also, it's not cluttered. It's easy on the eyes. There's not a lot going on. It's simplistic but comfortable interior, which is something that I really do like. There's other brands out there that make these kind of like explosive in-your-face interiors and can get a little overwhelming sometimes. So it's really nice to see something that's been cut back to basics, very simplistic, but also like very handy. Everything has been thought out, which was really nice. Well, there's a few reasons. First is if you live in an area with shallow water. That is a huge thing that I never thought was a thing. I remember driving around my boat, I'm, puckered driving around, and when I see the depth gauge like dropping out to like 3, this thing, you're not even in the danger zone yet, which was really impressive. Next, if you have kids that are learning to wakeboard, you're trying to introduce them to water sports, this is the better boat. I will say that for sure. If you go out and you buy your flagship boat, I'm going to tell you right now, if you got little guys, it's too big. The wake's going to be way too big. Not that this thing doesn't get big, but the scalability and the shape of the ramp is a lot more conducive for people who are trying to learn to wakeboard, who are trying to learn to surf. If I lived in an area where it was shallower waters and I had some people wanting to learn, like this would be a definite boat that I was like looking to purchase.